It's been an incredible 20 years. It's really unbelievable where we are today in this comprehensive campus of autism services, serving so many families, and we're just so proud of our community coming together in this way so that all kids with autism have a reason to hope.
When we started down this journey, working with our son and then looking to how we could help other families, lots of people stepped up. But particularly my mother, Ann Brenner, and John and Mary Louise. But besides them, we had a whole community of people, Felice's family, just brothers, sisters, cousins, and people we didn't even know who wanted to step in and see how they could help.
So in the late 90s, when our son was diagnosed, we call that the dark ages of autism. There were still so many misconceptions out there, and we completely changed how people approach diagnosis and services. And now they're learning in a happy, constructive, hopeful place where we understand this developmental disorder like no one else in our community.
When we first started, before the center-based program actually opened, we were an itinerant service provider. Basically, that means we drove around to families' homes. We were working with families in North and South Carolina, and we joke that our first office was the trunk of my Subaru. Our first office was at Highland Presbyterian. We really didn't have any office space. Everything we had was kind of space that we used for education and therapy services. We did have one room that the staff would also use as kind of office space. We literally had one computer. I have a lot of memories of John and Mary Louise and Ann being at pretty much every exciting event we've ever held. I remember them being at our our ribbon cutting when we moved to Friedberg Church Road. I remember them being at every gourmet lunchbox luncheon where we've done fundraising, and they've just been our biggest cheerleaders. So any exciting event, they are there, always on the sidelines, expressing their support and enthusiasm for our work.
Man, ABC has been such a huge blessing. Like her 9th birthday, that was like the first time we ever got to throw her like a birthday party. Modesty has a brother, so we always did things for his party, but we never had a chance to like be able to do a party for her. But through her having her therapies here at ABC, she was able to adapt and to be able to handle being around people. So she loved music. She still loves music. She loves the bounce house, and she loves interacting with her peers, because here at ABC, they work with her and she has a goal where she interacts and she plays with her peers. And so we had the bounce house, we had a DJ, she was like playing with her friends. It was just a awesome time. And we're just so grateful because of ABC and the services that they offer here.
But when you have a kid on the spectrum of autism, there's so many situations like cutting his hair that was a challenge since day one. And since he started here and he started going to the lab, to the salon here at ABC FNC, and they started going every single day. It took him like 2 weeks to be able to get inside of the room. He allows someone to touch his hair, to cut it, to put the water on it. Like, he knows what to expect. Him being able to be exposed to those experiences, that is gonna allow him to respond and react in a better way. It changed our life.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
Well, ABC of NC is a clinic-based setting which was one of its kind in this region, and it became an opportunity for families to get like a comprehensive team. Initially it was just ABA, but to have a place to drop their child off where they felt safe and they knew their child was safe and loved and appreciated, and there was a whole team of people around that child. So that has only expanded and improved upon since we first opened. We've always been a safe, loving, accepting environment, and with each passing year, we have been able to develop a wider a wider team of people around each child, such that now they also have access to almost all of the therapies to help them reach their potential.
So the great thing about ABC is that if he needs a particular skill for that job, then we just have to let them know, and they figure out how to help him learn that skill, whether it's a communication skill or a practical skill, which helps him be more successful and helps him to maintain that job. ABC introduced a coffee shop here in the program, and Greg has proved himself very happy to participate and serve people coffee. He really is a very social person, and his ability to have that opportunity to interact with people, thanks to ABC and our sponsors, Mary Louise and John and Anne, who have been a part of this mission all along. He now has 2 jobs, which he's really enjoying, and we're hoping that it's going to turn into almost a full-time job, which would not have happened without his time here at ABC and his continued time at ABC.
This is probably my favorite thing to talk about, so I'll try to be brief. But what makes ABC so special to me is our approach to intervention and the sort of unique way that we've always applied the science of ABA with love and joy and extreme respect for our clients. We are unique in our resources in our facilities. So we have these community labs like a haircut lab, a doctor's lab, a grocery store one, an apartment one, where we can target some of the most important community skills or self-help skills that would otherwise be very, very difficult to work on. So that's really important for families because, of course, life continues outside of your 6 hours of therapy, and community inclusion can be really rough when you're missing those skills. So that definitely makes us special.
In the fall this year, I am going to go off to college. It is a college for kids that learn differently.
So Parker was first diagnosed when he was 22 months. He's 19 now. When Parker was about 3 and we had been, I don't know if it was OT or PT at that time, the therapist told us to start thinking about institutional care for Parker. Parker wouldn't be able to go to Beacon College without ABC of NC. If Parker did not have these 15 years of support, it's because of here that he's going to have this future that we weren't sure was going to be possible.
I think what makes ABC so special is the fact that they really help you blossom in life. They really want to make you feel that you could do anything, even if you're on the autism spectrum.
Huge, heartfelt thank you to John, Mary Louise, and Anne, without whom none of these amazing milestones would have been possible. Your passion for autism services, your undying dedication to ABC of NC, and just your gigantic hearts and your generosity are such gifts. We thank you for those.